Hey everyone, today we are making my classic glazed donuts. These little beauties are absolute perfection. They are so soft and fluffy and covered in a nice sticky light glaze. Making donuts from scratch can definitely feel a little bit intimidating, so I am here to show you how easy it is to do, and there is absolutely nothing better than a fresh donut right out of the fryer. So if that sounds good to you guys, let's go get started. So in the bowl of my stand mixer, I am combining a 1/4 cup of warm water and 1 package of active dry yeast. And we just want to combine that and let it sit for 5 minutes or until it starts to kind of foam up a little bit, and that's the yeast blooming. And then to that we are going to add a 1/2 cup of warm milk, 1/4 cup of sugar, a 1/2 teaspoon of salt, 1 egg, and a 1/4 cup of softened butter. And with the dough hook attachment on my mixer, we are just going to combine that all together. And to that we are going to slowly add in 2.5 to 3 cups of flour. I always start with 2.5, and as you'll see here, I add in more because the dough is still really wet and sticky. What we're looking for is right here where the dough is pulling away from the sides of the bowl. And you see as I'm pressing it with my finger, it's making an indent, but it's not leaving anything behind, and that's exactly the consistency we're going for. So now we want to add our dough to an oiled bowl. I just oil the mixing bowl. I know a lot of people say to use a clean bowl, but as long as there is oil there, the dough won't stick, and then you're just saving yourself an extra dish. So you want to put that back into the oiled bowl, cover it with plastic wrap and a nice dish towel, and put it in a warm place to rise for 1 to 2 hours until it's doubled in size. And there you go, it's nice and doubled, so I'm turning it out onto my floured surface here. And we just want to roll it out to about 1/4 inch thick. Now I'm just taking a round cookie cutter here. I will link it down below. This one is a little bit larger because I'm actually using these to make something really, really yummy, which you will see in a day or two. So stay tuned for that. So this actually made about 9 donuts. Normally this recipe makes 12. But I'm also going to show you a little trick here. I don't cut out donut holes. I find that if I just take a butter knife and cut a little slit in the center, and then just use my fingers to kind of pull it apart a little bit and make a hole, you save that dough. Unless you want donut holes too, that's totally fine. But if you want to get an extra donut or 2 out of the dough, then doing this really helps. So then I have my deep-walled skillet over medium-low heat with about 2 inches of oil in it. You don't need too much here. And it's heated to 375 degrees. And once it reaches that temperature, I'm just using a metal spatula to kind of drop the donuts in gently. So you see it gets stuck to the spatula, but I just kind of wiggle it a little bit and it slides right off. Even after all these years of cooking, frying things still scares me. I'm always afraid of it splattering, so that is the one way that I always avoid getting splattered, is just nice and gently placing it in there. And then I like to use tongs to flip them over and remove them. So we want them to fry for about 1.5 to 2 minutes per side. And then once they are nice and golden brown, we are going to transfer them to a wire rack to kind of drain a little bit. And then to make our glaze, I have 2 cups of confectioner's sugar, and I'm going to add 1/3 cup of milk and a 1/2 teaspoon of vanilla extract. And you're just going to get this nice glaze. You don't want it to be too thick or too thin. Mine was actually a little too thick this time. You'll see the donuts are very glazed, which is not a bad thing, don't get me wrong. So don't be afraid of, getting the glaze perfect. Either way, they will still be delicious. So then while the donuts are still warm, I'm just dipping them into the glaze and then putting them right back onto the wire rack so that they can drip and harden. And there you have it, beautiful, gorgeous, fresh glazed donuts right out of the fryer. I'm telling you, if you have never made donuts before, you will be amazed at how incredible they are when they're still nice and warm. Oh, I really hope you enjoyed coming along with me and making donuts. If you did, please be sure to let me know down in the comments if you give them a try. Or if you have any other questions about how to do anything, I'm always happy to help, and we'll try to get back to you as quickly as I can. Thank you guys so much for watching, and we will see you in the next one. Bye!